Hey everybody, Risk is one of my favorite games, and I'm looking at Wikipedia's list of licensed Risk game boards, Risk games. Now, they don't have images, I don't think, to these, but they do have the actual lights. First of all, we got standard Risk. There's all the different copyright dates it was made, people who released it, and I have standard Risk. Second is Castle Risk. I have Castle Risk. Even though mine's Risk and Castle Risk, it's a merger of both together. Risk 40th Anniversary Edition, I believe I have, that is one I do have. Risk 2210 AD, that is also one I do have. Risk The Lord of the Rings, that is one I do have, but they also have Risk. Now, what I don't have is this Gondor Mordor expansion set. I do not have that. But I do have Risk Lord of the Rings Trilogy Edition. I have Risk Godstorm. I have Risk Star Wars Clone Wars. I have Risk Star Wars Original Trilogy. I have Risk Transformers. I don't have Risk Junior Narnia. When I don't have. I have Risk Halo Wars. I have Risk Legacy. I have Risk Metal Gear Solid. I have Risk StarCraft. Now, and then they have Risk Plants vs. Zombies. I have those. Now in France they had the Conquest de Monde, a Risk Edition Napoleon, Risk Edition Napoleon, and in Brazil the Risk game's called War. Now, problem with this list is Wikipedia doesn't have everything actually on there. But Games&Geek has a top 26 ranked, and of course Brilliant Maps has a nice top 27 mapped, or top 27 best. We're going to look at Brilliant Maps, Making Sense of the World One Map at a Time, 27 Best Risk Board Game Versions based on real player reviews. Their first one is Risk Europe. I have Risk Europe. It is a good game to play. Their second one is Star Trek 50th Anniversary Edition. I have it. It is good game. Their third one is Risk Legacy. I have that one too. It is good game to play. If I could find another Risk Legacy, I would do a special unboxing, all spoilers review of it because it has some special things. Then there is 3 different Star Wars Edition Risks. Actually 4, if you count one of the War editions. It's called Episode 1. This is the newest one. Then they have a Star Wars Episode 1 War, which is Brazilian Risk. Then they have Star Wars The Clone Wars. And they have Star Wars The Original Trilogy. It's kind of like how they made a whole bunch of Star Wars monopolies, right? Some of them were cash grabs. I'm surprised they haven't made a new Star Wars Risk based off of the third trilogy. They have Game of Thrones Risk. I have Game of Thrones Risk. That's what the map. That's only showing one map though. It actually has two maps. Pretty cool. Risk Metal Go Solid. It's an expensive one to find. Now, I have, because when it first came out, I had a job and stuff, and I was able to buy 3 copies. 3 copies. It's kind of like how I have three copies of the zombie one, the new zombie one, Risk, Call of Duty or something. Number 7 is Risk Black Ops. I don't have it, but I do have the newer revised version of it, which to me kind of sucks. This is my opinion. Number 8, The Walking Dead Survival Edition. I have it. It is good. It also plays kind of like a Risk Black Call of Duty, the zombie edition, Call of Duty Zombies. They kind of have a little bit of some of the same elements. And that Walking Dead Risk is based off the comics Walking Dead, not the TV show by AMC, which is a good show. Number 9 is Risk 2210 AD. Risk 2210 AD, I do have it, but I don't have all the expansions. Some are official, some are non-official. Risk 2210 AD has a huge following where people have made expansions to it and added on to it. Number 10 is Mass Effect Galaxy War Edition, which plays similar. It has a lot of the same elements as Risk, the original trilogy. Risk, the original trilogy, the Death Star, and in this game, the Harbinger, they work exactly the same. They can blow up planets. In this one, Cerberus, and the Star Wars original trilogies, the Hutts, they pretty much work the same. They both are allowed to collect resource planets. The Harbingers are like the Empire in Star Wars one, and they're to take over, destroy, eliminate that one group, the faction. Empires destroy the rebellion. Harbingers destroy the Earth Defense Force, or whatever it's called, the Earth Force. Oh, the Reapers. Reapers are to destroy the. Anyway, it also has a standalone minigame. The minigame's about as good as the minigame in Marvel Cinematic Universe Risk. It's not that great. It's okay, but it's not that great. Then when there's the Lord of the Rings Trilogy Edition, I have that one. It's a good Risk. I like it. I mean, I like it. StarCraft Collector's Edition Risk. That's a good Risk. I have that Risk game too. It's a very good Risk game. Halo Legendary. Then there's Halo Wars also. I have both of those Risk games. They are good. And I've put them together so that, works where you could kind of merge the two boards together and have like an even bigger board. And what you do with the Halo's with this one that they're mentioning, the Legendary Edition one, you definitely need to buy 2 copies because it has the ring map on one, and it has on the other flip side, it has like these little 2-player maps. So if you get Halo Wars and then you get Halo Legendary, and you got 2 copies of Halo Legendary, you got like 3 boards on them. You got like 3 boards, Risk boards on it, and it's got like a ton of territories. And they have like these little tokens where they're like kind of like teleportation type deal tokens, where you can link certain bases to other certain parts of the planet to other, and that's how you can use to create that's how you can use it where you can merge one map board to another map board. It's awesome. It's cool. Then they have number 14's 40th anniversary collector's edition. I have that one. Excuse me. Except mine's missing like 2 of the factions somehow. I found at a yard sale it had 4 or 5 of the 6 factions. It's metal pieces. It's amazing. It's awesome. Then there's Risk Godstorm. I have it. Risk Godstorm is great. Yeah, Risk Godstorm. It's cool. It has Atlantis. You can even sink Atlantis. It's cool. Plants vs. Zombies. I have that one too. It's actually a very good game. It's like a 2-player Risk game, which makes it a little bit different. Number 17, Dalek Invasion of Earth or Doctor Who Risk. I have Doctor Who. What, when, where, why, how? 5W, H, and H. It's cool. I like it. It's a cool Risk game. You play as the Daleks trying to take over, and if you don't take over the world by the time of so and so amount of regenerations, not the current woman regeneration, but the last one, which he regenerates like it's either randomly from the deck of cards or it's not, or it's every turn or every round or something. I don't remember, but there's different. There's the fastest way would be every turn because he regenerates pretty fast, and then the game's over with by the time his last regeneration was 13, 14. I don't remember which regeneration. Okay, then they have Marvel Cinematic Universe. Marvel Cinematic Universe Risk it's amazing. It's all set on, most of it's all set in Manhattan. It's great because every faction has like their own mission objectives. I have mixed feelings about some of the things. Some things are the same, are brought over elements from other Risk games, and other things are different. I like it because it has all these different factions that have different things. I don't like it because some of the people I feel like should have their own faction are more thrown in the sideline. For example, Loki. He's kind of just there on the sideline. Another thing that I don't quite like about it is there's no Hydra faction and there's no Shield faction, but this Hydra Shield agents are both Hydra and Shield on the helicarrier, and you got to take over the helicarrier. But if you are certain members, that's one of your mission objectives. Like Iron Man has to build Avengers Tower, Ultron has to destroy, different ones have to, do different things. But it combined all the way up to, I think, Age of Ultron. The thing is, they should make some more of these Marvel Risks, and they should make them based off of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. They should make some it has a little Galaxy Guardians of the Galaxy, Galaxy of the Guardians, little card game thing in it too, but it's not the best thing, but it's cool. It's cool, but it needed more, and they need to make more. They need to either make expansions to this Risk, or they need to go off the different movies. When they try to make a which didn't work. It was an expansion to it, the Captain America Civil War Risk, based off of that movie. That seemed to me like a cash grab. But with the new Avengers Infinity War, Infinity Saga, and Endgame, they should make a newer version based off of that. They should maybe make a version, they should make individual versions like Risk Slovakia Edition, where it's just Age of Ultron. Like, each movie should have its own game. They should have like Wakanda Risk. They should have, like the Black Panther edition. And now that they're trying to go into the galactic stage in the cinematic universe, they should definitely expand this Risk idea. It's good in theory, but it lacks a lot, so to speak. And it's kind of not fair that they made Avengers. It's basically Avengers. And they didn't go and do this with the X-Men franchise. The X-Men franchise had a bunch of cool fighting going on and wars and different things going on. You would think they would make a X-Men Risk, is what I'm getting at. That they need to do more with it. More needs to be done. More risks or expansions or something, add-ons or something of that nature. It failed in that aspect. This is the one I was saying, the revised edition, that's revised based off of Black Ops. I don't like it. Because the pieces, they changed the pieces and they made the game easier, simpler, faster to win. I don't like that. That took away the game. And then, of course, they have Star Wars, Clone Wars. It's good. It's based off of the Clone Wars movie. And it has the cool Order 66 track. Now, the Emperor could call Order 66 anytime he wants to. But if you wait till that very last... Of course, the Republic is supposed to be taking out the Separatists. And every turn, the Separatists get to move the Emperor. And every turn, they're trying to find, like, secret plans and generals that are working for the Separatists. And the Emperor is steadily marching up. If you can keep the Separatists going until that Emperor gets all the way to the end, you can call Order 66, and then every territory run by the Republic, you get to roll a die, and you get to roll a D8. It's cool. It's a D8. Like, at first, if you call Order 66 early, like, only one will work. Only rolling a 1 will convert them to the clones. But if you get all the way to the last, it's like every number works. So, except 1, which would be like 8. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, all are okay. And it's like, boom. And plus you get to take the Emperor, which is Chancellor Palpatine, and you get to like smack him. He has his own playing piece. And he works kind of sort of like the Death Star in the other. You get to bam, put him in there, which the bad guys, the Separatists, because now all the Separatists are owned by that one player, and all these clones that just converted because of Order 66 are all owned by that guy. But it's still possible that the good guys can win. Highly doubtful, but it's just like the theme of it's very thematic of the actual movie, TV series, whatever. What really happened in the Star Wars universe. It's awesome. Anyway, because since the Emperor gets put on the board, if the remaining Jedi General controlled rebels, well, not rebels, Republic, Old Republic, if they can somehow mount an offensive to where the Emperor is and kill all the troops, and then Emperor works as one last man, and kill him, they win. The thing is, the Emperor allows them to use D8s. So and you have ships and stuff in it, and the ships, there's 3 different kinds of ships. One ship's like, you have that ship, you like re-roll all ones, and you can have up to 9 of these ships on the board, 3 of each kind. There's the re-roll all ones, there's the like roll a d8 instead of a d6, and then there's like the add 1 plus 1. It's great. It's a great game. Great game. Well, it says it's based on Star Wars Episode 1, 2, and 3, but it's mainly based off of Star Wars Episode 1 and 2. I mean 2 and 3. Captain America Civil War Edition. It was okay. The best part that it came with was the 5 different people. Yeah, it shows you on the box when you buy it 4. But then, spoiler alert, it comes with Bucky too. Now that's about the best thing it came with, is that each faction has its own like little leader piece miniature, pre-painted. It's awesome. That's the best part about the game. Game overall, not the greatest. Really not the greatest. I really wish they would have done those pre-painted miniatures for the Marvel Cinematic Universe, because in Marvel Cinematic Universe they give you cardboard cutouts of 3 guys that are on your team. I don't like that. Couldn't they just gave us miniatures? And they don't give you a miniature of your character. So it's like you have Captain America, but you have all these little Captain America miniatures that look like you, but none of them are actually you. Which kind of makes no sense. Now with Iron Man, they could be the Armored Legion. With Captain America, you could claim they're S.H.I.E.L.D. agents. That would make sense. With Thor, you could claim they're Asgardians. That would make sense. With Hulk is in the game, but he's a separate character. You got to do a whole lot of fighting, and Hulk gets mad. He jumps out. One player gets to control him temporarily, like Super Leader. He smashes everything around. He's cool. Ultron Sentry bots. All the pieces are those. That makes sense. But then why are your leaders also Ultron Sentry bots? And there's 5 factions in that game. Oh yeah, Bucky, the Winter Soldier. Now, if their pieces are shaped like the Winter Soldier's pieces, but I guess they're Hydra agents. Yeah, when Captain America goes on the attacks the helicarrier, they have a helicarrier. It's cool. It's another thing you can take over. It has 3 bonus things, and it's worth like 2 bonus armies or something every day. It's cool. It's cool. It's cool. Cool game. Now, when Captain America is attacking it, the agents on board are Hydra agents. And when he's not attacking it, the agents are S.H.I.E.L.D. agents. And Loki's on the board, and Thor has to find him and destroy him. But they're just like little Loki pieces. And there's like 6 of them or something. One's Loki, and the rest of them are just elves. Dark elves. Anyway, it's cool. Then we got Risk Battlefield Rogue. Now, Risk Battlefield Rogue it's way different because it's not played like Risk at all. Well, I mean, other than the battling and the dice rolling, it's more played like a tactical skirmish miniatures type game, and it has 4 different types of units. And you can customize your different types of units with different abilities. Like you got the medic, and you got the heavy gunner guy. You know, those kind of things. You got like 4 different skills sets, and then you got like 4 different guys. So you can customize your little troops, and then you have one little squad, and your squad goes to the other squad, and then you have all these little square tiles which you can make to customize your thing. And you have like air support and different things, and tank support and different things like that you can do. So it's really like a 2-player squad, 1v1 squad-based tactical miniatures type game. And but it's got the name Risk, but it goes with the theme of the computer game. Then of course 23's Hasbro Risk, Standard Risk, Have It. As you see, I have most of the risks. Risk. Standard Risk. Now this is a remake of the Winning Blues. Made a remake. The thing about it is, why would I buy the remake when I have the original? Right? So, and Castle Risk, like I said earlier, Castle Risk is great. It has a little bit of flaws, like the idea that when you capture someone's castle, you eliminate all their men. I don't like that. I say let them stay in the game, and they have to try to take their castle back. Yeah. I have a Castle Risk though that it's Risk and Castle Risk. They put both games in the same game together. It's neat. Transformers Cybertron Battle Edition. It's pretty cool. You're playing on Cybertron. The map is the Cybertron. You try to get to the launch thing. The thing is, it only plays in 6 rounds. I don't like that. It's not a conquest game. It's a race game. And personally, I prefer the world conquest idea. Now, that being said, if you have the companion game, Risk Transformers Decepticon Invasion of Earth, you could play that one first, and then the Transformers Decepticon Invasion of Earth, which I have both. Now you could play them together, like Cybertron is a planet, and the only way to Earth is through the launch pad, or you could play it separately, or you could play it where the Autobots are trying to get to the launch pad, and then after the 6 turns, if they get there, they launch to it, and they go to Earth. Then you could use that to set up Earth now on this one, which in this case, now the Autobots are on Earth, right? And all of a sudden the Decepticons start following them. Because in the Decepticons Invasion of Earth, there's like the 4 corners of the Earth have 4 different Decepticon factions. Then of course you have the humans, which have at least one army, I think, on every territory. I think. Don't get me wrong. And then you have the Autobot faction. There's either 3 or 4 Decepticon factions, and there's one Autobot faction. The Autobots are helping the humans. So the Autobots are the good guys, the Decepticons are trying to invade Earth, and the Decepticons are taking over individual planets. The map board looks just like a regular standard Earth Risk. So the theme isn't really much, except for the Decepticons and Autobots each have one space of the corner of the Earth. From all 4 corners of the Earth. It's great. I mean, every time the Decepticons take over a planet, they get to keep that. They get to keep a slave. It's pretty cool. I like it. Cool game. How much time do I have left? Not much time left because I only get 30 minutes. We have the Risk Top 26 All Risk Versions by Board Game Geek. I don't know if I should end it here or just keep going. I only get 30 something minutes. Shoot. I got an idea. How about I end it here, and then I do part 2, and it'll be the Risk Top 26 All risk versions by Board Game Geek ranks. Alright, remember God is good all the time God is good. Keep on gaming, like, comment, subscribe, and share. Like, comment, subscribe, and share.